Before we start the video, guys, quick edit. I was off on my years of Jim Harbaugh playing for the Colts. I said 84, 87. He actually played 94, 97. So I was off by 10 years. Enjoy the video. What's up, guys? Welcome to the Stats Free Sports channel. Here today to bring you a prediction video on Michigan head coach Jim Harbaugh. I believe he will be offered and accept the Indianapolis Colts head coaching job. And let's talk about why. So originally today, I was going to do a video on what situation was better for Jim Harbaugh if he were to leave Michigan. That's the Broncos squad or the Colts. Now, doing my pros and cons list for both, taking down notes, to me, honestly, it's looking clear as day the Colts is the best job for him. That's why I'm comfortable in switching that video to a prediction video, which I listen to now. All my prediction videos, whether they come true or not, whether they sound crazy or not, I always be fully confident in them. Doing my research, taking my notes down, stuff like that, and looking at what I look at. So, I'm pretty confident the Colts will be the job for Jim Harbaugh, and there's a few reasons why. So when I do my prediction videos, I like to look at kind of I call them strings from the past that can connect you to the current or to the future. You know, and one big thing is he was a former Colt. He played for the Colts back in I believe 87 to 90. He was a Colts quarterback, and normally same as college, a lot of NFL players go back to their stomping grounds and be the head coach there. That's why people thought last year he might have been option to go for the Bears job with Justin Fields, and stuff like that. So I think he goes to the Colts for that reason, for one of those, for that little small reason there. Another reason as well, he gets to pick his own quarterback. Going with the Broncos, in which I think honestly the Broncos is the better team right now than the Indianapolis Colts. They're set up better. The team is overall better, have better defensive weapons, better offensive weapons. I just think the Colts have a brighter future. And Russ is very, very. I just wouldn't. Let me say this. I wouldn't hitch my wagon on the Russ right now. If Russ was playing better, then cool. It just didn't work out the first year like how Carr and the Raiders did, then cool. I wouldn't mind going with the Russ and seeing what we can work out. But the way he's playing right now is tough. It'll be tough for me, and I would think it'd be tough for Jim Harbaugh to really be confident in having a winning situation with the Denver Broncos. So for me personally, that Broncos job is just tough to take, and I think it's more likely a guy like Dan Quinn will be more inclined to take that job, which he was almost the head coach for last year. It just didn't work out. I think he declined it actually, and went back to the Cowboys. So I think Dan Quinn might take it this year, honestly, or maybe Sean Payton. So we'll see with that. But with Dan Quinn being able to pick his own quarterback, most likely a young guy from this draft, is the best situation. Right now the Colts are pick number 5, so they're gonna leave with something good. Cue in the meme from Denzel Washington. I'm leaving with something. If you don't know where that's from, he was being interviewed. That is Denzel Washington. He was being interviewed by Jamie Foxx a couple years ago on a little short interview type of thing for I think on YouTube, if I'm not mistaken. And he's funnily and famously said, "I'm leaving here with something," talking about either a girl on a war. I forgot exactly what he was talking about. But back on the subject, they're gonna leave with something good, basically. That being the Colts, they're at pick 5. So is I'm kind of hard pressed to think all 3 quarterbacks, Will Levis, C.J. Stroud, and Bryce Young, will all go top 3 or go top 4. But it is possible. It definitely is possible. So the Colts might have to trade up for their quarterback. They might not. They might be fine with getting either Carter or Will Anderson. I'm not quite sure. So but if they have the opportunity to trade up, I think they might take it to draft one of the top 3 guys. And I'm looking at, honestly, Will Levis. I really am. Will Levis, just me going off my own assumptions, I think he might be a Harbaugh guy. I really do. If you squint really, really hard at Will Levis's play and you're looking at him, he looks like a poor man's Andrew Luck, a super, super poor man's Andrew Luck. You know what I mean? Big, thick kid, strong arm, cannon for an arm, hard thrower, smart, plays in a pro style offense. Just last year, this past season was terrible for him. No weapons, new scheme. The last year prior to this year, he looked pretty good. He looked like a top a top 2, top 3 round pick. So I think if you look at him real hard, you squint your eyes really, 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 really tight, not quite closed, but not barely open. I think he looks like a poor man's Andrew Luck. And I think Harbaugh would like to work with that. I'm not gonna lie to you, I really do. But for some reason, if the Colts stay at 5 and a quarterback were to drop to 5, right now I'm thinking it'll be Bryce Young. I'm not gonna lie to you. Bryce Young, my favorite quarterback from this draft class. I think the size concerns for some of these teams are real. I really do. A lot of people have been saying CJ Stroud is QB1 now after that Peach Bowl performance. I'm not against it. I'm not with it either, but I'm not against it. It is what it is. So let's say this: Houston goes one. Oh, one obviously they get Stroud. Two, Chicago can either trade back or keep it. I think it might be smarter for Chicago to trade back, but it is tough. You couldn't get a generational guy like Will Anderson. You can't get a beast like Jalen Carter. So I mean, depends on how you're feeling. Or you could trade back, get a guy like Miles Murphy, and get a wide receiver. So I don't know, or a lineman or something. So I'm not quite sure what the Chicago Bears will do. They're in a tough spot. I might trade back there. So let's say two's up for grabs. That's either the Colts might go up and get it, the Carolina Panthers who's been tied to Will Levis for a while now. I believe it says their owner has been eyeing Will Levis all season. That's been the saying. The owner for the Panthers love Will Levis and his size and his toughness. So the Panthers are an option there. At number two, my Atlanta Falcons are an option to trade up for somebody. The Colts are as well. So the Raiders maybe. So the Lions as well at pick six. So who knows what goes on at two? Two could be the deciding factor for if certain guys drop or not. And that could be the tough spot there. This could be the spot where you can see all three quarterbacks go straight 1, 2, 3 because the Seattle Seahawks are on a tough spot as well at pick three. Do they go with Geno long term? I don't think so. Geno performed great in the first half. The second half kind of cooled off, came back to reality. He's still a solid quarterback, nothing special, nothing to write home to. So maybe they part ways with Geno, or Geno's free agent. Anyways, maybe the Seattle Seahawks stand put and take the quarterback left. If two of them go top two, they'll probably take whoever's left, and it could be Bryce Young. So the Colts might be out of luck there. We'll see what happens, but if not, they can get a nice vet like Geno Smith, like a Jimmy G, like whoever you want to put in there as a nice vet for Jim Harbaugh to work with for his first year, and then go young his next season with a stacked quarterback class like Devin Leary, DJU, Caleb Williams, Quinn Ewers. That's a pretty good class there. So we'll see what happens with that. But I do believe, all in all, the Colts will get Jim Harbaugh for their next coach. And look, if they don't get a quarterback and they end up with Jalen Carter or Will Anderson, that's great. At pick 5, that's awesome to me, honestly. That's really awesome. You compare Jalen Carter on the inside with DeForest Buckner. That's a heck of a duo. Or you compare Zaire Franklin with Will Anderson. That's a heck of a duo. No, well, Will Anderson's a DN. Zaire Franklin's more of a linebacker, he is a linebacker. And you have Shaq Leonard coming. Didn't Shaq change his name or something? Darius Leonard, I think. Whatever his name is, Leonard, last name Leonard. He'll be back hopefully. The full strength next year. You got Zaire Franklin, the league leader or at least top 3 in tackles this season, and you bring in a defensive guy, either Jalen Carter or Will Anderson. That's not a bad start either. Bringing a nice vet quarterback, not no one old, not Carson Wentz, who's shot, not Matt Ryan, who's old. Bringing a guy Geno, trade for Jordan Love. No, I don't know. Something happens, and I think they'll be nice off. Jonathan Taylor comes back fully healthy. Michael Pittman come back as normal. his normal great self, and you bring in more weapons, you bring in more O linemen, better DBs and safeties, and try to just build the team around what Harbaugh wants, I think they'll be fine. I really do, man. So, but that's it for the video, guys. Like, share, comment, subscribe. I will see you guys next time.